Yes, sir.
For people that have like severe depression and are on medication for this, or like psychological problems that are not like, they're not fully sane, and at the same time they're not fully insane, they're like having severe depressions, emotional problems, is fasting a must for them?
Yes. See, this is a point that should be clarified. In the West, they would acquit a person for murdering someone else by saying that it's a partial insanity or something like this. And they would probably put him into psychiatric evaluation. And it's really neat. You know, you do something wrong, you rob a bank or something, and then plead with insanity or partial insanity. And then they bring a shrink to you, and he starts asking you questions. Says, you answer him in different ways, and maybe do a few things to him, and they say, "Ooh, this guy's insane, man. This is not okay." And they acquit you, or at least they put you in a psychiatric hospital with decent food, decent TV, and man, you have it made, and for a year or two, and that's it. In Islam, it's a totally different ball game. It's either you're insane or you're in your sound mind. Depression, this is something new to us. Muslims don't get depressed. You know, people in the West, they get depressed, they go to shrink, they pay money for their psychiatric treatment, and so on. In Islam, it's something new to us. We don't have this stress. We don't have this tension. Alhamdulillah, it is said in the Qur'an, those who their hearts are filled with comfort by remembering Allah, by reading the Qur'an, by reciting the Qur'an. So the believers, their only remedy, their only cure is to call Allah Azza wa Jal, to be in prayer, to read the Qur'an, to remember Allah every now and then. This reveals them, this relieves them from depression, relieves them from the stress, from any of these diseases that now we hear of. So basically, in Islam, we don't have anything like depression, but it is there. See, if you're not a good Muslim, you got to be depressed. But if you are a 100% Muslim, no matter what happens, you know that this is your destiny. You know that Allah Almighty has written this upon you. So you feel okay. Even if you lose your money, you would say, Alhamdulillah, Allah Azza wa Jal declared this, and He had written this 50,000 years before He created all the creations. So I'm on the safe side. I know that Allah has chosen this for my good self. So usually you don't get depressed. You do get sad, you do get a little bit annoyed, but immediately you go back to your normal state because you know that Allah Azza wa Jal has done this for your own good. Nevertheless, if a Muslim is depressed and he takes Prozac or whatever, these depression medicine and so on, he's still sane. He's still in his sound mind. Okay, then he is ordered, he is instructed to fast. He must fast. Because if we open the door, everybody would say, listen, guys, I'm depressed today. I had a flat tire. I don't think I'm able to fast. And the other one would say, well, my boss shouted at me in front of my colleagues, and I don't think I'm depressed. And the wife is always depressed. And the kids are always down to earth because depressed. The father doesn't want to buy them a bike. The girl wants to go and wear makeup when she goes out, and her mother tells her, no, this is taboo, this is haram, it's forbidden, you're not allowed to do this. Everybody's depressed. No, this is a different story. They are in their sound minds, and they are questioned by Allah for all the actions they do, and for all the actions that they are supposed to do, and they do not do it. So this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable from them not to fast. They should fast as long as they are in their sound minds. Second question, please. Yes, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A man works very hard during the day. Must he fast?
Well, yes, we went through this question before, and we said that It's not an excuse how hard your work is. You should work. See, you should work until it is really difficult for you to continue, or it is really hazardous to your health to continue fasting. Then you may break your fast. But hardship is different. See, someone is able to work 8 to 10 hours under the heat of the sun, plowing the earth or digging or doing what construction work, and he has no problem. But if you tell him to sit down in an office and write a 3-page letter, he would probably have it more difficult to him. It would be more stressing, it would be on his nerves, and probably he would say this, and I can't fast. But if you tell him to work 8 hours, he has no problem doing it under the sun. So it differs. So therefore, Islam is for all. Islam is not for a particular group or for a particular race. It is for all people, for all times. That is why everyone is instructed to fast, regardless of the hardship they find in their work. But if they reach a stage where they will faint, or it's hazardous to their health, or something bad is going to happen, then they are excused. There's no sin. Alhamdulillah, they are not sinful. They may break their fast, and they should make up for that day they have skipped or missed. Any other question?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I need Your Excellency to explain the limit of illness or pain that cause someone to make up the fasting.
We have talked about traveling or being on journey on a previous session, and we will go through that again, inshallah, next lesson, inshallah Almighty. Nevertheless, to answer your question, there is no limit to illness. See, you cannot define illness. Some of the salaf, of our scholars, used to break their fast due to a wound in their finger. And this is really extreme. Others would not break their fast unless they faint. And also this is another extreme. Scholars say the limitation, the limit for a person to break his fast due to illness is the illness that causes hardship. If you feel sick, if the illness increases your headache, if you have stomachache, or you have hardship or it's hazardous on your life, it's really dangerous. Doctors tell you that if you fast, this may increase the degree of illness or may prolong it, makes it longer, then you should break your fast. And it depends on what the people think that this is an illness. So if a person has a small wound, nobody would consider this as an illness. And if someone has a very light headache, that would not stop him from going to work, because he knows if he does not go to work, they will deduct money from his salary. So he goes to work because he can, and he cannot get a medical excuse. That is why he is not considered to be ill. But this is something between you and Allah. It's not, you don't have to go and get a medical report for that. If you think that you're ill and this affects your health, you may not fast, and Allah will hold you questionable for that. He knows that if you are really seriously ill or not, and we will come to this inshallah next time we talk about the ability. This is all the time we have for today's segment. I pray to Allah Azza wa Jal that He accepts the deeds that we have offered Him, and that He would increase our knowledge to be knowledgeable about our religion. And until we meet next time, fi amanillah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.